All right, people. Here we are. Here we are, just laughing and smiling because you got to laugh to keep from crying. A lot of stuff going on every damn day. And we're sitting here contemplating and how in the hell can this old man, Taco Man, up in the White House keep this shit going on and be okay. But you can see he's having a difficult time. These people is ruined with him. What you got, Mr. Theodore?
Rolling stock. Games people play.
Welcome to the TED Ed Podcast, where we delve into the issues that shape our daily lives and drive our productivity. We confront topics that matter deeply to all of us, from healthcare and affirmative action to voting rights and monetary success and failure. We cover it all. And yes, we dive into the complex world of politics, exploring how our country has evolved from slavery to the 21st century. Our content is crafted with care and expertise, drawing from years of experience in these critical areas. We invite you to give the TED Ed podcast a listen. You won't be disappointed. Share your thoughts with friends and confidants, and don't forget to like, comment, and share our episodes. Your engagement helps us grow and reach more listeners. Are you passionate about these topics? Do you have unique insights to share? You could be one of our guest speakers. Drop us a line, send an email, or leave a comment. All requests will be considered. Join us on this journey of exploration and understanding. This is the TED Ed Podcast. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Well, okay, people. We are here. We are back here again. And I guess the big news of the day that's been going on through, every damn outlet that I go to tonight and everything. The only thing they got to say is the marriage is over. They got a divorce going on. Hearts are being broken. And the richest man in the world. And everybody keeps saying she's divorcing the most powerful man in the world, but I kind of got something to say about that. I don't think that he's the most powerful man in the world no more. He's not. The position might be, but he ain't. they looking at him like he's a damn fool. He has no idea what the hell going on. He's fucking with everybody around the world.
Everybody trying to take 2 steps ahead of him.
Yeah, well, they are doing that because they know that's why they call him the Taco Man. Trump always chickens out. He chickens out, don't care what the hell. You stand up to him, he gonna chicken out. You got yesterday he had the German chancellor sitting there in his favorite, sitting in Trump's seat, interrogation seat. And bro, man, he's sitting there like he comfortable as hell. He wasn't worried about shit that son of a gun was saying. Cause anytime he looked at him, he looked like a fool. He made Donald look like a complete ass. And then they brought that damn Elon Musk shit up and everything, and he looked like he was shrunk in that daggone chair and like a little toad frog. he down there fighting with the richest man in the world. And then he got nerve enough to call him a pedophile. He already a felon. Now he's a pedophile. They need to be impeached. People, I don't know what the hell we got up there in the White House. Oh my God.
Well, in the words of one of those, them folks put them in there.
They sure did. Well, Ted, I'm gonna let you go ahead on, man. I can keep going, man, for another half hour. I know I can, because this is just
Well,
hilarious.
the only thing, here's the thing that, I ain't saying playing the stock market. I'm saying I've been studying and reading about the stock market for over 45 years. And back in the day, I used to listen to or look at all of these videos. And I ran across a guy, I can't even think of his name, but he used to call this maneuver the rolling stock. And he said he made hundreds and thousands of dollars off of this rolling stock. There's one stock. It'll go up, it'll go down, it'll go up, and a lot of times it goes up or down because of publicity or something that's going on, and so it'll go down and go up, it'll go down and it'll go up, and he'll know when to catch it when it's down and buy, and when to catch it, and he don't wait till it go all the way up. He catch it like at 3/4 of the way or halfway and get his cash. Rolling stock. Well, I think that's what's going on with Tesla right now. It's a rolling stock. Instead of making hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars or even millions of dollars, these people are making billions of dollars off this stock because they buying them in groves and then they sell it in groves and they keep making profits off of it because they're buying hundreds of thousands of shares of it, and now it's going back down. It went up, it went down. It went up, it went down. Now it's going back down again. These people are making millions off of this because a lot of people thinking that it's going to hit up to 4, 5, 6. Because one time I think it went as high as almost $700, didn't it? And it was like over $1 trillion market value. So people are looking at that stock and they playing that stock. That's what they're doing. They playing. See, Elon Musk is playing the government, and the money managers are playing Tesla. And it looks like, I don't know who was playing who when it comes to 47 and Musk, but it looked like both of them got played. Both of them got played because he putting his stuff out in the street, and then I'm hearing that Donald Trump talking about he's gonna cancel his contracts.
He ain't gonna do that. He ain't gonna bother that man. Don't believe that. That man he got too much money. He ain't gonna bother him. He knows too much about him. He knows too much about him. He's already done slapped him upside the head. It's almost like what Putin did to him. You remember what Putin did to him? He took him out of there, and he had his news people post pictures of his naked wife. So he talks stuff and everything with him and everything, but whenever it comes down to some nitty gritty, he calling up Putin, just like he did the other day. Talked to him for what he said, 75 minutes. And this man dogged his wife out and got her up there on the news media butt naked with no clothes on. Because he knows he got Trump's number. And he lied, he got his number. I can see it, man. And he got his number. He ain't gonna bother him. It's gonna, like everybody said, Ted, I think that this caught people by surprise because they didn't think that this was going to happen this way. But in essence and stuff, Ted, it did a whole lot of us a big favor because it slowed down this big, beautiful bill crap and stuff that's going on now. Elon, he came out against the bill and everything. He threatened these Republican Congress people. He threatened Trump, and he got a big microphone out there, man. That Twitter X account and everything. We got 220 million people and stuff on that daggone thing. He got a big mouthpiece. So, hey, I don't believe he's gonna be at the bottom. Now he threatening them, but I don't believe he's gonna take them contracts away. I don't know. He may try, but I really don't believe he can take those contracts away from it. Not all of it. Some of them they need him, especially with that space program they got going on. They need him for that, and nobody else has came forth and everything to really do anything. He went up there and saved those astronauts up there on the International Space Station. If it wasn't for him, they'd be still up there, unless they could have talked China or Russia into using their stuff and everything to bring them back. I don't know, but as far as that's going on, he's got it now. A few of those daggone things he might not be able to. That Golden Dome crap that he's talking about doing, he'll probably stop that. It'll stop some money in his pocket, but I think Elon has gotten so much going on. And you have to remember, Ted, what the heck happened and stuff. This man spent almost 5 months inside our most sensitive information and stuff in this country. He got that stuff. And I can't believe that he's got a lot of stuff and everything that he's got. And he can create a lot of problems. A lot of problems for us. And I believe Trump knows it. So he can talk crap, but I don't believe he's strong enough and everything to mess with him. Plus, the man is worth what, $500 billion now almost. He got a lot of money, man. He worth one man $500 billion. He lost a lot of Tesla stock. So they went down. They lost what, $118 billion in valuation, but hell, he got a lot more other stuff going on, Ted, than that. A lot more stuff going on. So,
well, I mean, everything is like on 47 and Musk, Elon. The thing is that there's so many other things that's going on under the table or behind closed doors. And the thing is that they always like to say, well, this is just a distraction. Some of it is a distraction, but the thing is that Elon is trying to really galvanize his popularity back because he know that millions of people is going to be hurt. And behind this budget, this new budget that's coming up. So, and he don't want to be the bad guy. The thing is, what I think he wants to do, and whether it was he wanted to sort of kind of be a double agent, or he really was serious about going into the government and downsizing it, cutting stuff for real, and all of that, because he know what he was doing was pennies, nickels, and dimes. But when you go into the Pentagon, that's where the money is. And they wouldn't allow him to go to the Pentagon. They let him walk through it, but he couldn't touch nothing. He couldn't touch nothing. So he probably would have saw trillions of dollars wasted. Trillions.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is that right now, that's our boondoggle, as far as I'm concerned, the Pentagon. The military is a very important asset to this country, no question about that. But the thing is that there are people that's behind the scenes and on the sidelines They want to keep that bad fella bloated up, keep that money flowing into that arena. So who knows? Because number one, they got too many people that can hurt you. If you go in there and you really devastate that place, because we know they got a bunch of paper shufflers, but at the same time, they got people that's really strategizing and supposed to be looking out for the American people, for this country. Now, call me naive, but I always thought that they were supposed to be protecting us at all costs. That means, they got all kind of radars and things that's going on. But these stories I'm hearing because of this new technology, they ain't keeping up. They ain't keeping up. They talking about this. The sad part about it, they're talking about the fence. They want to spend billions of dollars paying for a fence. This is crazy. The monies that they spend and blow on things that they don't have to, but just to give contracts to these people, they buddies and their cronies, is ridiculous. It's so much waste that they give all of these contracts to that's not getting any results, or they're getting very little results, or very little is really not necessary.
They don't want the results. That's a money hole, man. That's a money pit. They don't want results.
Yeah, it's a money
pit.
pit.
It's a money pit.
It's a money pit.
It's a money pit.
When you got $5 trillion coming into your coffer, they're gonna constantly be trying to siphon that money out, and they've been doing it for years, especially the last 30 years. Reagan tapped into it a little bit, but man, there's so much money out there that's being spread out, and so many people getting so many contracts. They got the thing on Elon and his little $100 billion he didn't gotten from the government the last 10, 15 years, but that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. There's so many people that's getting so much money, you can't even keep up with it. I used to try to keep up with it, all the billions of dollars that was doled out to some of these people, these nonprofit organizations and different programs they have, and all of them got it, both sides. It's crazy. And, being worth $20 million, $30 million ain't nothing nowadays. That ain't nothing. That's pennies, nickels, and dimes. If you ain't worth $150 to $200 million, hey, something wrong with you. Especially when you got all that connection and all that opportunity. But hey, that's to each his own. They live a nice little life. You can only live in one room at a time and drive one car at a time. And I was just reading an article about Bill Gates living in this 66,000-foot house by himself with 24 bedrooms. For what? You roaming around the house by yourself in this big old house, and I don't know how many bedrooms, but he got 24 bathrooms. It's ridiculous.
It's a status symbol. It's a status. He's got to keep up his symbol. People need to know that he has money. People need to know that he has money, and he just sit there and enjoying his money and keeping it to himself, doling it out and charitable ventures and stuff out there. So, and we probably don't even know what the hell's going on there at that big old house there. He probably got a whole lot of stuff going on there that we have no idea that's going on. So, man, a lot of things and stuff happening out here. I gotta ask this. I'm gonna ask this question and everything. Why I don't understand why the German chancellor had came over and visited the Trump's office there. What was the purpose of his visit to come here?
Who?
The German chancellor who was sitting there in the office with him yesterday.
Well, his purpose, his thing is his main thing is they have to have gas. They lack a lot of resources, and they have to have gas and oil coming to them piped in. They are a very successful economy, but they ain't got that many people. But they're a very successful economy, because they have very smart, educated people. That's the one thing they stress. They stress education, and they take the cream of the crop, and they got people. They start with these little kids, and they weed them out. The ones that they know that's smart, and the ones they know that's going to be just regular workers. And those kids that are smart, they push them up, and their education is free. They can go
That's
to they can
that's
go to
all great and everything, but I noticed something when he that he has said, and I think he was there to try to change Trump's mind about Ukraine. I really do. I really think that he wanted to have Trump to get involved with Ukraine and to help Ukraine to fight Russia. I really believe that because it didn't seem like anything else that he had to say and everything was very strong other than that. And he
well, they're not
spoke
going
of
to put all this business in the street.
yeah, but he spoke about the today, the 6th of June uh, being invasion and stuff of that they of Europe and everything, and that was in World War II. And he was sitting there trying to get him to say, and he kept saying, "We need to talk about this. We need to talk about this." Now he didn't come out and say what they were going to be talking about, but he did say, "We need to talk about this. We need to have a conversation and stuff about what to do with Ukraine." So I don't know. That's my point.
Well, I mean,
I
the
really
whole
think that
EU.
just like you said, they are very strong. They don't really need a whole lot of stuff. They just European Union just signed a huge LNG contract and everything with Canada and stuff to uh, for their gas and stuff and everything that they're going to be shipping over there to European Union. So I don't know if they're going to need our gas or need Russia's gas and stuff now because like I said, they signed a huge contract and stuff with them to get they ship their gas and stuff to them. And their cars and stuff and everything that Germany produces and everything, they what they did with that tariff thing and stuff and everything was really weird. After Trump had went ahead and allowed them to bring their cars and stuff over here and everything, they told Trump, "Forget you. We don't need your stuff." That was crazy. But anyway, out of all the nations and stuff there in the European Union and everything, I think Germany is probably one of the strongest countries. Absolutely the strongest country. And then you probably got France, and then Great Britain and stuff comes in after that, and then the rest of them are just hanging on. So anyway, what else you got on?
Well, there's so much stuff that's going on, but the thing is that what I've been really thinking about, and I'm trying to figure out what are our black leaders
Ooh.
doing? Because I'm gonna say this: I'm looking at YouTube, C-SPAN, and when I see C-SPAN, I see a bunch of black women talking for us and America. and democracy. I mean, they are beating up anybody that come before them in their committees. They tell them and demanding answers. And if they don't answer, they just tell them, okay, you don't want to answer that question. They are some serious people. These people are working hard. They are working hard because you got to be knowledgeable on what you're talking about, because they're playing games with all of this budget money, you know, sneaking money here and sneaking money there and all that. And they are supposed to be responsible for the allocation of that money. And these people, these administrative people, or they running around doing exactly what Trump wanted, and then they might be shipping millions of dollars straight to Trump's account. What I mean is his slush fund that he can use. And that's what he's looking for, slush fund money that he can use to do what he want to do when he needs it. Because you can always have enough slush money for the president just in case of an emergency. I got 50 billion or I got $200 billion here I can dole out. But he wants more. So I'm just so proud of people like Sandra Lee, or I think that's her name, Summer Lee, and people like Crockett and a lot of others that are standing up. They're fighting in their own way. However, all that's wonderful, and they have to do their job. But politics is one thing, policy is another. And right now, we are in a big, big political deficit. The politics is weak. And I don't know how, and I'm not a politician. I don't know a lot about politics. I know a lot of, I've read a lot of stuff and understand a lot of stuff. But to me, politics is galvanizing the people to rally for something. And right now, the people are not rallying for whatever. And to me, if you're gonna rally something, you got to start talking about your children and your grandchildren, these people's children and grandchildren, our children and grandchildren, and how they're gonna live, and different things like that. They fighting for all these policies, like right now they're trying to cut back on the small business loans and all that kind of stuff. Administration they want to just cut back on that too as well, which helps a lot of small businesses. So it's the government has its place, but at the same time, it's a lot of things that can happen, and I think you have to go into communities and deal with these people and start talking to these people to get them galvanized. Fighting for policy and all that. These people gonna do what they're gonna do. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. You can embarrass them all you want, but you got to galvanize the people. And right now, I don't think you're galvanizing the people, because right now they're just saying, they're looking at it right now and say Trump done won. He done won. He big time. Because all they're hearing right now, these fake news people talking about, oh, okay, when the economy is doing well. This is a lie. The economy is not doing well. Oh yeah, the stock market is going back up. Yeah, the stock market is going back up temporarily because he ain't doing nothing with them tariffs. And then all of these corporations, what they did was, and if anything lowering down, they say, okay, we got to stop getting these, overpricing this food and stuff, and so they cut down the prices a little bit, because they weren't doing but overpricing the food anyway. That was not even necessary the last 3-4 years. But they was getting profit because the CPI tells you that. So it's nothing but a game what they're playing with us. and playing with the American people, because what do we do? Most people, and they already know this, 50% of the people in this country, over 50% of the people in this country live paycheck to paycheck. We got to have our paycheck. And then as soon as we get our paycheck, you gotta pay rent, you gotta buy food, you gotta pay your utility bills. Everybody's got a phone. Most people got internet or high, or cable or and all that stuff. And by the time you spend your money, you lucky if you got a few $100s left. Then you're gonna want to have entertainment. You're gonna want to go to the concert. You want to go to a movie. You want to go to the amusement park. All of that stuff. So we want to live our life, and most people do that. And they're trying to live their life despite all the stupid shit that's going on around here. But these politicians, if you're gonna play politics, you got to get out there and tell these people, because you can't be sitting up here living from quarter to quarter. But that's what we're doing right now. We're living from quarter to quarter. Ooh, the job market right now is pretty good. We got over 130,000 new jobs, blah, blah, blah. Well, at one time we were doing over 200. So they sitting up here playing these games with people, and like I said, these black women are on the case as far as policy, but politics right now, you got to play politics, and how you galvanize these people, I have no idea. One person you can say that galvanized the people was President Obama. And I guess you got to have some kind of personality, or you got to have some kind of special tone of voice, or something. But it seems like to me, if you was fortunate enough to get elected, you ought to be able to at least galvanize, 400 or 500 people at a time.
What do you think is going on with our black men?
That's a good question, bro, because that's what I've been trying to find out. I'm saying, it's almost like they're undercover. It's almost like, the leadership. You got a couple that's talking about, the histrionic of Black history and all that kind of stuff, and and all that. But as far as business, it's almost like, hey, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. There is nothing out there, man. It's like a secret. It's almost like they're and I'm sure they got groups of black men that's doing things, and they're doing things under the radar, and but the thing is that because they will come for black men. They come for black women, but they really will come for black men. And I don't know, what to and you can't blame them, because nobody want to get bumped off or get snatched off the street. But the bottom line is, to me, the ones that are politics or politicians, they try to, cater to everybody. So it won't look like they're just catering to black folks. But I'm talking about, there are people that's underlining, that's not into politics, that are supposed to be leaders in the community. They're no shows, bro. I don't see nobody doing nothing. Ain't nobody doing nothing. They might be doing something, but they ain't doing nothing as far as anything publicly. I might be wrong, like I say. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I'm just saying. I don't see no young 45, 50, 60-year-old guy that's running around there trying to change some things. Ain't nobody stepping up to the plate. So maybe they say forget about it. It's not worth it. What you think?
Well, I saw a political event there in South Carolina, and I spoke about that while you were gone about the governor and stuff of Maryland, Moore, who came down to speak at the South Carolina Democratic get together down in they called it the Palmetto State get together or something like that, where they come all down, and Jim Clyburn and stuff, he sponsors it and stuff every year. So I had the politician come down, and he had Wes Moore come down and speak. And I listened to his speech and everything, and it's a very powerful thing. But like you said, that's it. I only saw him that one time, and he spoke very well and everything, very powerful speech. But I don't know. He went seemed like after that he just went back undercover and everything. Went back to his governor's mansion there in Maryland, and you don't hear from him anymore. He doesn't come out and say anything or come out and do anything at all. He just not there. I thought that Senator Cory Booker was going to come out after he did that that big thing with the filibuster for over what 36 hours or something like that and everything, and he did all that, and man, we haven't heard from Senator Booker anymore. You see Hakeem Jeffries and stuff and everything. Every week he does a very weak uh, Democratic whatever you want to call it and stuff on C-SPAN or Forbes News or whatever. He comes out and he does a weekly thing and everything to talk about what the Democrats are doing, and it doesn't excite. I don't think anybody. The news media has a chance to come there and ask him questions and stuff about what the Democrats do and what they think about and what's coming down the pipe. And every week he says the same damn shit. The budget is screwed up. The Republicans are doing this and then they doing that. But like we said before and everything, what's your shit? What is your what the Democrats going to do? What are their ideas? And we don't hear that. We don't hear about their ideas. The only thing I mean, every damn week, man, I've been watching him for 4 or 5 weeks straight. And the first thing he started talking about was the budget that they passed and all this other old shit. And they trying to stop this budget from being passed. But we don't hear nothing about what the Democrats is proposing out there. And hell, you can't talk against somebody and everything and don't have your own proposal. Something that you are trying to push or something you telling the American people that we need to do. I don't hear that. So that's my guess, man, of what the heck going on, because those are the only ones I'm seeing. And ever since Governor Shapiro, they tried to burn his mansion down. Shit, I ain't heard from him either. he went over there and burned his mansion down in Pennsylvania. And shit, you would have thought well, he's a rising star, but I haven't heard from him. So I don't know, man. I don't see anybody. What's going on with your boy down there in Florida, Ted, the one who's running for trying to run for governor, Donald?
I ain't heard from him.
Ain't nobody heard from him. I thought he was running.
Him.
I thought he was running for governor.
I haven't heard a word about him. It's a guy that used to be a Republican is running Democratic now, and he's running. I forget his name.
Jolly, Mike Jolly, yeah. So Donald ain't running no more, or what? Or was he just?
I have no idea. I haven't read anything or seen anything. And but here's the thing, though. I'm gonna tell you, and it just sort of kind of came across my brain here. When you think about it, we got a transformation or transfer of wealth going on with this digital cyber money, Bitcoin, all of that, and the money available to loan out and the high interest rates. Deals have to be made in order for growth, meaning money has to be available so that people can expand or start up. And when money is tight, and I'm assuming that money is tight right now because people are investing in this Bitcoin and cyber money like crazy. So the question is, who's going to win out? I think it's a fake thing myself. I think the whole thing is fake. I mean, it's a money grabber. You got people getting kidnapped and trying to take over their. There's no security at all if you got any kind of money, big time money into these bitcoins or cyber money. They, people looking for you to try to kidnap you or try to take your money. People swindling money. People in jail already for it. So there's no real stability in this thing, but at the same time, there's no, as far as these banks, we already know that some of these banks are in trouble already. And so the question is where's these deposits going to be put at? And right now they're being put into the stock market. People are not even assured of the real estate because the real estate is so high now. You can't really invest in real estate because who wants to pay for $1 million home and then in 6 months from now or a year from now it might only be worth 800,000. So nobody knows. The thing is, the money has got to flow in order for people to progress. And right now, the money is not flowing. The money is not flowing. And people who got money, they're trying to keep their money. I mean, there was a whole lot of stuff, I don't know if you remember this, but it wasn't that long ago. They was threatening, talking about getting rid of FDIC and all that kind of stuff. They shutting down the consumer security, as far as helping people, making sure that these people is not ripping them off and all that stuff. So it's a lot of stuff that's going on that people don't know. They know that this man is nothing but a crook. He's sitting around forgiving and letting people go. Then have done all kind of bad stuff and tax evasions and all kinds of stuff. So I don't know. I guess people got buyer's remorse, bro. And now they're talking about getting rid of it. They want JD Vance.
Might have a new president coming down the pipe here, old JD. Tell them to get ready. That people Ted, are usually afraid of stuff that they don't understand. And most people out there don't understand this digital money. They don't understand how it can become of value and everything and stuff to them. And until you can get people out there in the world to understand digital money, you're going to have this unknowing that you were seeing. We don't know what the hell's going on. And this crypto Bitcoin stuff and everything is very, very, very new, and there are a whole lot of people, Ted, who are trying to push this stuff and everything that we don't see. The people who got all the money are pushing this stuff and everything because they have the insight and stuff into getting this money and stuff, this digital money. But like you said, there's a lot of theft going on, and people are stealing money, and they're going online and stuff, trying to steal people's digital passwords and all that. So to gain access to the money, and it's not something that you can put in your hand and stuff and everything. And like the money we have, the greenbacks, it's not like that. You know, it's that this money is just out there in, in space, cyberspace, and you're gonna have to figure out how to get to it. And it's a difficult process and everything. And I know a lot of people and stuff who invested in that stuff and everything, and they lost a shitload of goddamn money because man, that stuff just fell out. But eventually, digital currency and stuff and everything is going to be taking over this world, not just this country, this world. The digital money is there, and we're going to have to be able to figure out how to navigate that world. So we don't understand it, so most people they don't try to deal with it. We still want to deal with that paper money or credit card that we have. So in actuality, a credit card is digital money too in itself, but at least you can see the daggone money and feel comfortable about it, and people will take it as a payment and stuff for goods and services. So that's where we at, and I'm hoping that a lot of people out there and stuff eventually will understand it. And you need to do some research on this digital money, how it came about, and who brought this stuff in. And because this is coming, it's just a very, very, very slow process. So we just have to deal with it. Anyway, you'll find a word, my brother. We just about getting close to the end here. I got a.
Well,
Go ahead.
go ahead.
I got my thing and stuff is, and I think I should probably end up with it because this I got to man I when I get a chance to see somebody who down who been up and they've been dogging people out and stuff for a while. You know, my old days and stuff from the ghetto tell me that if you catch them down, you better stomp them, you better kick them while they down. That's what I'm trying to do to Trump. He down, so I got to kick him because he's gonna come back up. So I just like kicking on him and everything now because he deserves it. He has just ruined us and everything, and I'm hoping that maybe Ted, it looks like we might get us a new president. I don't know if things keep going the way it is. We might just have to go on and bite the dust and leave us. And maybe I hate to see that old boy and stuff become the vice president become the president and everything because I think he's just as crazy and stupid as Trump is, but you know, he might be a heck of a lot better than him, so or a little bit smarter. But man, I'm enjoying this. I just did, man. I'm just laughing, enjoying, and I'm seeing everything I can see about this stuff and how these
Well,
rich
the big
folks.
threat is that I believe that he got that information on that. What's the guy's name? I can't. Epstein.
Yeah, he
I think
does.
Musk got it all.
He does. He got it. He got it. And he just and I know he teasing the Trump with it and trust me, Daddy Trump is very afraid that he gonna keep on talking and he want him to shut the hell up. And Ted, I think there's a lot of other folks out there who are very afraid of this man. I look at the Speaker of the House and everything on Mike Johnson, he's scared. There's a whole lot of other Republicans out there who are very, very, very afraid of this man. And they're afraid of him and stuff because he has a lot of money. And he, no matter what they had going on, he carries a big stick with him. And people who got money need to be afraid of the folks who got money. because they got a lot of power and stuff that they can wield, and a lot of people and stuff and everything will follow them. He might not open their mouth and say anything and stuff out loud like he did, but they're sitting there and everything, probably calling him up and saying, "Hey man, go ahead on, do what you got to do," because they're afraid of that money, because he can't fund. And he's talking about primarying a lot of these daggone Republicans and stuff and everything, brother. And hey, you running around there with 413 conservatively $1 billion in your war chest. You got a lot of power you willing. So they need to be afraid, man. I'm telling you, they need to be afraid of this old boy. And I know Trump is too. He didn't shut up to it for almost 3 days for nothing after Elon came out and talked about his budget. You notice once he said something about that budget, he went in hiding, man, for almost 3 days. Nobody heard from him. He didn't say a word. He didn't do shit. And then he came out and started talking and everything. So that lets you know that this man has a lot of
He got
daggone power.
information.
Yeah, he got a lot of power and a lot of information and stuff that Trump does not want to get out. And maybe when he got into all those governmental things and stuff and everything, he found the information and stuff about this Epstein file, and he kept it. And he kept it. He got it. And the Donald and stuff ain't willing to let him keep on talking about that. So look for the Donald and stuff and everything to do his usual taco man. He gonna check it out. He gonna check it out on him. He gonna check it out, man. He gonna quietly try to let this stuff die down and don't keep on saying anything about it, and stopping the media from saying anything about it, because everybody out there in the media, Ted, is asking about this in that in that conference that they had with Hakeem Jeffries and everything yesterday. They asked him about it. What did he think? And Hakeem just threw it by the wayside. But they've been asking the Speaker of the House and stuff every time he talks about it. And did you see him carrying that baby with him when he was sitting up there in the he was there in his office. He walking down the hallway. He had a baby in his arms. He had him a prop. He brought him a baby with him. I guess he did. He wanted the news people to see that not to say anything real bad, because he got a baby in his arm. These Republicans, man, oh. But old Mike is scared. I know he is. He's scared too. He's scared to death and stuff of that man. He's scared. All of them are. They just not saying anything. So what else, man? That's it. You got so you got to say.
That's it. I'm done, bro.
You done. Hey, people. We will see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.